is up, Rubber Duckies fans? Welcome back to another episode of the Duck Pond. I am Peter Pond. Alongside me today, we have, once again, the top defenseman for the Duckies, Kyle O'Brien. Kyle, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing, Peter?
Oh, living the dream. Trying to get this done, get that done, to be honest with you. But,
I feel that.
I mean, to the point where I do a hockey podcast and I've given up paying attention to the Sabres. Really see how that went. But you know, what else can you really do with them at this point?
Right.
Speaking of which, before we get into anything, I just switched to Twitter on my laptop and there's this video. I want to say it's Penn State and it looks like UConn. I could be wrong. I can't see the jersey, but dude tries a mission. Penn State defenseman levels it coming around the post. One of the biggest hits I think I've ever seen. I gotta see what I'll figure out what team that is in a second. But no, if you don't see it, if you haven't seen it, pop on Twitter. Right under Bleacher Report Open Ice, it wrecks them.
Bleacher Report.
Yeah, dude, he just absolutely levels this kid going around the post. Great hit, shoulder to chest. Can't ask much more from it. Looks, is that right? No, that can't be right. Yeah, it's pretty solid hit.
No, I saw the goal from UConn and Penn State. Nasty behind the back pass for a nip.
But that's college hockey. The ship's going on right now. Seamus, you all know, Seamus was out working the women's Frozen Four last week, so that was exciting to see him out there. If you haven't seen that, hop out on his Instagram. If you can't get to it, hop through the Duckies Instagram, take a look at a couple of the great pics he got from up in Minnesota. So congrats to him. Happy to have him back on the ice Tuesday for our first playoff game of the year. But we'll get into that in just a little bit. First off, the Sabres, big 8-5 win against Washington today. Really surprising, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad about it. The Sabres had one job, and it was just to get Ovi to rack up the goals, and they couldn't even do that.
I was convinced that Ovi was going to put up Ovechkin, and
So was I. I
break
was
the
really
title.
hoping. I was really hoping he was going to put up 6.
If there's any team he puts 6 up and breaks the record against, it's the Sabres. I mean,
I was really hoping it was going to be the Sabres because at least they would be in like history for something besides being the worst team.
Oh, they're not the worst. They're not the worst team yet. At least not the worst team in all of sports yet. The Jets still exist. You got to remember that. But for the Sabres, I mean, they put up 8 goals against one of the best teams in the league. I mean,
and I saw a stat. That was the only time the Capitals, the most goals they've gotten scored against them was 5, and the Sabres just broke that.
Yeah, I mean,
last place team in the East just broke that.
9 points out of a playoff. They're 10th% chance for the playoffs right now. I don't know what it is.
If the Sabres make the playoffs, I'll get a Tage Thompson tattoo on my back.
I would love to see that. First. You heard it, right here on the Duck Pod. But I don't know what it is, but I was thinking about this, and I was really contemplating whether saying this on the podcast or not, but fuck it, who cares, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Sabres are really just seem like a really, really emotionally abusive spouse. Like they'll all year they beat the hell out of your mental health. Why? Hey, we suck. 13-game losing streak. Oh, look at this. We're back. 6 in a row. Lost 6 in a row. Won 3 in a row. Lost 3 in a row. And then right at the end, they come alive, give you that little bit of hope, just to snatch it away from you at the end.
It's kind of like the girl who plays with your emotions and is like, yeah, I want you now. Oh, never mind. No, I don't. Oh, yeah, I do. I'm bored. Yeah. And they just keep you on that hinge of like, is this team really that shit, or like, can they do something?
I mean, we know the team's not. They're a good team. I mean,
like if our power play was like halfway passable, I think we'd probably be in a way better position.
Buddy, you know what the best penalty kill in the league is?
The Sabres power play.
The Sabres power play is the best kill in the league. I say it every single time they're on the ice. I want to say, if I can find this stat, I could be completely wrong when I say this, but I want to see their PK, their shorthanded goals versus their power play goals this season.
I guess you could tell you that.
Just
Give me a second.
because I know that they have one of the better kill. Their kill isn't half bad. I don't want to say they have one of the better kills, but
It's halfway decent compared to their.
yeah. I mean,
Let's
looking at
see.
the guys they have too. I mean, all day. Well, let's see. Shorthanded goals. The team has 7. Power play goal. Okay, well, there goes that one. But there's 7 shorthanded goals on the year. Um,
And Tuck probably has like 6 of those.
Tuck has 5. And then Brian McLeod has 2.
Hmm.
There you go. I mean, well, I don't even think they're on the same power. Are they on the same power play line?
No, it's usually Tuck and
Or the
Greenway.
PK line? Sorry, PK line. But yeah,
I
I
think it's
didn't think
usually
that.
Tuck and Greenway.
I mean, that sounds about right.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know. It's just why is it every year they gotta
Why
just
is it
give us
every
all
year
that little
something
hope?
we, yeah, something we do is just insane, but it's counteracted by something we do being the worst in the league. Like our first period goal differential, best in the NHL, first period goal differential.
Yeah,
Second and third period is like minus 23 apiece.
oh, man, dude, it's just hey, like I don't know. Like Seamus and I have been saying this all year. This team is just I don't know if they just don't want to play, they don't want to show up, they're just trying to collect a paycheck. Like this team should be a lot better than they are. I mean, to be to be fair here, Thompson should have more than 65 points in a season, but I mean, he
I
should
mean, you can't even really blame Thompson. He's the
no,
only one
you
who
can't.
scores consistently.
I mean, he's 2 goals away from a 40 goal scorer. When was the last time the
Yeah,
Sabres had one of those?
Thomas
Um,
Vanek,
Probably. I don't know off the top of my head there.
probably. Vanek or Eichel.
I think Eichel might have had one.
Yeah,
Let's see here. 40 goal scorers. Also, do you know who has the most 40 goal seasons in their career?
most 40 goal seasons. Ovi?
Oh, well, the Sabres. My bad.
Oh, Sabres. Dale Hawerchuk?
No,
Who?
Rick Martin.
Oh
10
yeah,
se
yeah. All right,
10
that makes
seasons
sense.
at 40 goals.
Yeah, all right, I got the stats
Oh,
right
I'm
here.
sorry. Sorry, 5 goals at 40 seasons. Reading the wrong section.
So this is as of no, it's as of end of January, but Sabres were sitting at plus 18 for the first period,
Mm,
and then minus 15 and minus 17 for the second and third.
Jesus.
Brutal.
Jesus Christ. I mean, we always knew they were a bad second period team. I mean, that was
Well,
evident from
it
day
didn't used to
one,
be
but
that way. Last
I'm
year it was we couldn't start the game. We'd go down by 5 and then score 4 and then lose 6-5, 6-4.
I know, but it's just they're a 30-minute team. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
They cannot play a full
There's
40 minutes,
maybe one
full
or two
60 minutes.
games. There's maybe 1 or 2 games where they've played a full 60 minute in this entire season.
Yeah, I know. It's just I mean, I didn't to be honest with you, I didn't watch any of today's game. I didn't watch any of
Neither did I.
yesterday's game. At this point, if I have a ticket to the game, I will probably just sit there and watch something on my phone. Um, but but dude, there's just I don't have the effort to physically sit down and watch them anymore. But
What's the point? I mean, unless we
I
have
I
like
know.
we need to get like insanely lucky just to even have a chance to sniff the second wild card spot.
Yeah, I know. It's just it's what's the quote from Ted Lasso? When they were discussing North American sports versus European sports, and they're like, "So what do you do? Just sit there all season and wait for your team to suck, and hopefully for something the next year?" Yeah, pretty
Pretty
much. That's
much.
how it goes. I
Yep.
mean, with the
But to be
way
fair,
that
if they had relegation, the Sabres would probably be playing against the Rubber Duckies tomorrow.
I mean,
So
they probably would be, but also the way that North American sports are organized, there's no way they could do relegation because of the affiliations all the way through the
yeah.
East Coast League. Now, if they just got rid of all those affiliations yeah, it could work. But now those East Coast teams will not be can't be financially viable
Yeah,
because a
no.
lot of those teams are getting. They don't get me wrong, a lot of them get really good crowds. I mean the Orlando Solar Bears get great crowds. Just off the top of my head.
Yeah,
See,
but like the not
Cincinnati's
when
always gotten good crowds,
yeah.
but they also have a lot of gimmicks. I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen them paint their ice pink for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, green ice for St. Patrick's Day. I
The
mean,
NHL should start doing that because that'd be kind of sick.
no, they would never do that because how much the goalies would complain when they can't see the puck. I mean, you hear how
Depends
much
on who the
Murr complains just when Aiden's standing in front of him. Imagine if the ice was green.
Aiden's never standing in front of him. He's laying down in front of him.
So like, for all of you that don't know, I do all the video editing also. So I just started with the Duckies regular season review. New highlight video that's going to come out in the next couple weeks. But legitimately, the first verse, Aiden's already on his face. But I got his one clapper goal against Flavortown. That's in there though. So
the the biggest thing is that like every time he falls, it's the most dramatic fall because he's going to try to play the puck and he
and
falls and then dives again to try to get the puck.
and it's always in the most inopportune moments, dude. Like the
Oh
one
yeah.
I know there's one where he
He's
has the
trying
puck, he tries to walk the blue line and then falls, swings for it. The winger there just picks up the puck. He's like, okay, thank you.
yeah.
Gone. One he's coming back. He'll pick skating backwards on a 3-on-2, almost bowling balls me in the slot. Um, at least when I've gone down, like embarrassingly gone down, I was pretty hammered, so I at
That
least
or
have an
it's not
excuse.
like the play's going up the ice.
Yeah,
Like it's a long
I
pass and you just fall.
yeah I see. I know when the camera's not on me. That's when I make my mistakes.
Ooh, Montreal jumped up to the second wild card spot.
Did they now? Oh, good
Uh-huh.
for them. Let's take a look at that.
Bob's
Yeah,
going crazy right now.
you would imagine, but dude, I mean, Columbus only 2 points back though. I mean, I want to see
Yeah.
Columbus make that run.
I
To
would
be
like to see
honest with you,
Columbus make it.
I mean, to be fair, New York, Columbus, Detroit, New York, and Montreal. I said New York twice. Yes, I'm talking about both New York
Hmm.
teams. I'm not just dumb. Um, I don't know what they look like. They're just stumbling to the end. They
I saw this
literally.
thing.
I know
I saw this
exactly the
picture.
one.
It was like one of you needs to make it, and it's like, sorry, we all just lost again.
I mean, it gives the Sabres percent just gets better and better as they lose from 0.1% to 0.2%. So you
But
never
like
know.
they all have at least at most 9 games remaining. They need to lose like 6 of them just for the Sabres to even have a chance.
I mean, with that group of teams, out of it's not out of the question. It's highly unlikely, but
Yeah,
also the Sabres would need to win out.
I ain't hear no bell.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I did. I heard a bell in January. Okay.
Dude, I heard a bell when we said before in the preseason. I heard the bell.
No, when they beat up the first game of the preseason, they beat up the Pens by like
Yeah.
15, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, this is the best team ever." I'm like, number one, that is the entire Sabres NHL roster because they got to go to Europe in a week. Okay, they don't have a preseason. Number two, it's the preseason. Okay, let's settle down a little bit. Number
Yeah.
three, that's the Scranton Wilkes-Barre Penguins they're playing over there. They're legitimately playing an AHL team. So let's bring it down tonight.
Yeah. The one thing I will say about the Sabres though is that I know everyone always says that the future seems bright, but like all the rookies that we have are playing semi decently. And if we could just get more like veteran presence, but like even so, I think it is partly on Ruff. I don't think it's fully on him, but it's partly on him because I feel like he's trying to play a system that just doesn't fit with the guys.
I know he's trying to play the old school system, and that's the issue with bringing in older coaches. Now, I don't think it's completely Ruff's fault either, but I think he does need to try to adapt just a little bit to the new hockey culture because I understand playing the hard hitting. dump and chase game. It still does have its place in the modern game. It's just
I
not
think you
what
need to have
these
something
kids.
else. It can't be your only one trick.
No, I that's what I'm getting at. He needs
Yeah.
to embrace some of these kid lines and kind of the dipsy doodle stuff that they want to
Yeah.
do. Now it's not going to work every time, and that's what these kids seem to be trying. But here and there it will work. I mean, we've seen it
Like,
work
see, they need to bring back, oh fuck,
anytime now. We're just trying to do a podcast. It's okay.
the coach before Ruff, Don Granado. Fuck. They need to bring
I
back
was going to
Don
say you got to
Granado
be a
and
little bit more specific. There's
make
two. Remember?
make make him and Ruff co-coaches, and like, cause like the Granado system, we were 1 point out of the playoffs,
Mhm.
and you just need to just back and forth with those two
I yeah. I
because
mean, see, but see, the one thing with Granado is I've always said he is a great
assistant.
developmental coach. He's just a great developmental coach, which I always thought he was. We've seen that he is. I mean,
Yeah.
look what he did with this team after. Oh my God, was he right after Kruger? I don't even
Yep.
remember anymore. After Kruger was fired, I mean, we saw him turn this team around. But I think if you bring him back and put him on the bench, but you play more of a Lindy system, I think it can work. Now, will
Hmm.
that happen? No, because the Sabres are idiotic and won't do that. But I mean, it's not the worst idea that two idiots on a podcast ever had.
Right.
I know, right? I mean, they should start paying us. We could be the Sabres front
I'm trying to
office.
I'm trying to see the Sabres power play percentage by year because I feel like it was way better with
No,
Granado.
no, it was way better back in 2016 when it was Evander Kane, Jack Eichel, Ryan O'Reilly, and Sam
Okposo.
Reinhart and Sam Reinhart on the power play. But dude,
Yeah.
there was one point I want to say either 16, 17. I want to say it was 16, 17 that they had the best power play in the league.
Yep.
They were the worst team in the league, but they had the
But had the
best
best
power
power play. Yeah.
in the league.
If we can even have half of that,
Body a quarter of that would do it.
literally.
And again, they have the talent to do that. Just everyone see that's where the dipsy doodle doesn't work. They just need to shoot the puck more on the power play. I know that's really kind of an old school thing to say, but you have the lane, just take the shot. Don't try to throw it in the corner. Don't look for the perfect shot. Just put it on that. I mean, Tuck had 2 goals tonight, and one of them was a tip in front. Especially if you have someone like Tuck in front, just place him in front, fire the puck at his body, either play it off him or hope goes for a tip. Fuck, it might even hit
It's
a defenseman and go in.
yeah. It's also like I feel like I just don't see them move at all when they're on the power play.
They only move when they have the puck. Now
Yeah.
there's what's there's a great line in the of Miracles and Men 30 for 30, the one about the Soviet hockey team.
Hmm.
Um and it was they're kind of describing the way that North American players at the time, North American teams played at the time, and the way the Soviets kind of developed their own game.
Hmm.
And with the North American way, it was one man with the puck supports the other four.
Hmm.
But the Soviets, very communist of them, said that it should be the other four supporting the one man with the puck. So in that analogy is the exact way the Sabres are playing. The Sabres with the one man supporting the four. The only man with the puck that's moving is the guy with the puck. The other four are just stationary, waiting for a pass. When the Soviets, they would just keep rotating, moving through, opening up more lanes, more passing opportunities. That's why if you watch back to those old games, they're always most of their goals are backdoor tap ins.
Uh-huh.
They're pulling the defenseman out of position, and they're in the passing lanes are wide open. It's because they have the other four guys moving around with puck, creating those, opening up those passing lanes.
Hmm. It's also I think that they just realized Thompson has a good one-timer, and then they think that they're the Capitals for the past 20 years.
It's
And
I'll just my entire analysis of the Soviet hockey team for the
no, I know. Yeah.
between 1960 and 1991 just out the window. Thanks, but um, not that I didn't work on that tremendously. But you're not wrong.
Yeah,
I mean, I know that he has one of the hardest shots in the league, but he's not Ovi, at least not yet.
not at all.
And what do you know? Look at the type of hockey Ovi grew up watching. All I gotta say, I
He
think I
probably
have
fucking
it
watches that every time he
somewhere.
gets back to his hotel room.
Well, his mom was on. I want to say she was on the 60 women's basketball team
Was
that
she?
won gold. Yeah, it
Huh?
was one of the. I want to say they won gold too.
Yeah, our power play
But
percentage is 18.4.
Jesus, what was it? I know I gotta look up 20. What do you think it was? 16 or 17?
I think it was 16.
Buffalo Sabres,
This one only
2016.
this where I'm at only
Um,
goes back to
yeah. Well, if you look deep enough, you can find anything.
mm,
Highest power play percentage of the season. The
yeah.
2016-17 Buffalo Sabres had the top power play in the league with 25%. Jesus. Now I gotta
Can
see
you
who's up.
imagine if we were even like 20,
The
19?
team leaders: Evander Kane, 28 goals,
Actually, I think we are
Rasmus
19.
Ristolainen with 39 assists.
Ha ha
Dude,
ha.
their top plus minus guy was +3, and I guarantee you will not be able to guess who it is.
2016, 17?
Yeah. Now there were some names on this roster. You got to remember that.
Is it just because he was a bad player, or was it because I wouldn't know he was on the team?
A little bit of both.
Wayne Simmons.
Oh no, no. This is way
That's
before
good. That was a pretty good
the
guess
two
though.
months of Wayne Simmons.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, this is way before Wayne Simmons' time. I'll give you another shot.
Um, Matt Molson.
No, this is way after the Matt Molson's time.
Oh, I
Um,
mean, wait, no, Molson.
I want to say Molson left right before Eichel came in.
No, because he ruined with Eichel.
Oh fuck, you're right. It might have been well, either way.
Billy
Never
Leno.
mind.
No,
Never
that was
mind.
way later than
No,
Leno.
Billy Lano's actually a great guess, but you're not gonna get it. He's a defenseman. I'll give him that. Give you that. A defenseman lead the team in plus minus in 2016-17.
Jake McCabe.
Oh, not Jake McCabe. Great guess though.
Uh, no, not Spacek. That was way before.
Jaroslav Spacek.
Um, Montour.
It is not Brandon Montour.
Weber. It's not Shea
It is
Weber. It was
not Mike Weber.
fuck. Who was it?
Taylor Fadoon.
Fadoon.
Taylor Fadoon, yeah.
Who the fuck is that?
Right. Oh, that was their defensive core at the time.
Oh, right. Jesus
Taylor
Christ.
Fadoon. See, right. Okay, dude, you want it? So
Wait, what
some
year was this? 2017, 18?
16, 17. The you do you remember Brady Austin?
No.
Oh, neither do I. Justin Bailey, Nick Baptiste, um, Will Carrier,
Oh. Oh
Nick Delorier,
my God.
Justin Falk.
We had Justin Falk?
Yeah.
When? I don't even remember that.
2016, 17.
Jesus Christ.
Cal and Ryan O'Reilly.
Cal O'Reilly. Wasn't he a first round pick for us?
I think so.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, dude, here we go. The two of the best names the Sabres have ever produced. Anders Nielsen
Yeah.
and Alex Nylander. I want to say both of them are currently playing in Sweden.
Alex Nealon? Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
No, actually, no. Alex might still be in the league. He might be in the AHL though.
Where did he go after us?
I don't know. I don't know. Nor do I really care. I want to say he went to Chicago in one of the. I want to
You're
say he
right.
went to Chicago in the trade for
Yep.
Yoki Haru.
Yep.
Also,
To be
Cody
fair,
Franzen.
he had 26 points with Chicago in that year, but he also played 65 games.
Oh, Chicago was also good that year.
True. Yeah,
No,
he plays in Sweden now. He played last season. He played for Toronto. Played five
sounds
games
about
and was
right.
a -1.
At least the only time he ever played with is with Will.
Imagine just like that family dinner. Like you try to talk shit to Will, and it's just like, sorry, who plays in Sweden now?
Hmm. Oh my God, dude! I just pulled up the 2015 16 Sabres roster. Oh my
Hang on,
God!
hang on, hang on, hang on, hang
No,
on.
no, 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 no. Hear me out here. Carlo Koliakovo.
Who?
Koliakovo.
Ugh.
Oh my God, David Legwand. I forgot about him.
Dude, I don't know half of these names. Oh my
Casey
God,
no.
Justin Bailey, Seahawks legend Justin Bailey, Chad Johnson as our goalie.
Phil Veroni.
Dude, at one point we had Robin Lehner and Linus Allmark on the same team.
I know. But the fact that there's five different goalies that played at least one game in that season is
Oh,
wild.
dude, how? Chad Johnson had a 920 save percentage and
I
Robin Lehner
know.
had a 924.
I know. To think Allmark was playing because Allmark would play in Rochester.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Rochester at the time, and it. I don't even know who Jason Kosdorf is. He played one game for the Sabres.
Damn.
But
I kind of thought Eichel was like a point per game player. I don't know why I thought that.
well, this is also what was this his second year?
True. Let's see.
Where is it? 15. I don't even see 15. There he is.
Yeah, his most points was 82,
Yeah,
but he was
yeah,
pretty much
50.
almost a point per game player.
Yeah. I mean, just this. Oh my God, this team is. Dude, do I know what their Stanley Cup odds were at the start of the season?
Point two.
No, plus 8,500.
So a couple of years ago,
Jeez,
I think it was that year. My dad and I have always put like bets on the Sabres doing the Stanley Cup. You put down
I'm
30
sorry.
bucks plus
I'm
8,500.
sorry. Jesus,
Dude, you put down a dollar, you're still winning what?
8,500, just about.
Yeah, yeah.
Simple math. Simple math. To think they were 500 that season.
Were they?
35, 36, and 11 with 81
That's very, yeah, we're 31 and 36
points.
right now.
Oh, God, this team is. Anyway, enough of the Sabres.
Let's move on to some good hockey.
All right. When do you think Ovi's going to break the record? If you had to take your guess.
Let me look at their nice games.
I want to say what they have. Six. I want to say they have
9.
seven. They have 9 left.
Mm-hmm. All right, Boston, Carolina, Chicago, New York Islanders,
Yeah.
Carolina, Columbus, uh, Islanders, Pittsburgh. And I kind of want him to beat the record in that Pittsburgh game.
I think that's where it's gonna. I
I
have
also
a
don't want it to
feeling
get to
that's
that
where it's
point.
gonna happen.
I also
Yeah.
don't want it to get to that point because I want him to break it before, just to say
No,
just to know he broke it.
he's he's either gonna do it. Like here's it. If I'm the NHL, okay. If I'm the NHL PR team, I
Hmm.
want him to break the record in either the Chicago game, which is unlikely, not
Hmm.
impossible, but unlikely, or the Pittsburgh game. So you have Bedard or Crosby on the ice.
I
If
would
I'm in
rather
it,
it be Crosby.
I would rather have it be Crosby too. But if I'm NHL PR, those are the two games I'd want. Okay. Now the Pittsburgh game, oh, was he have 5 goals left? Is that what we said?
Yep,
He has 5 goals left in. If you go 1, 2, 3, 4,
9
it's
games
probably going to be against the Hurricanes. That's my guess because
probably.
I don't. But I mean, he could go. It's Ovi. He can score 4 in a game and go 4 games
I can
without a
totally
goal.
imagine like him not scoring the rest of the year until that second Islanders game, and then puts up 3 and just needs 2 against Pittsburgh.
No, he puts up all 5 against Pittsburgh. They beat
That would
Pittsburgh
be
5. They
that,
beat Pittsburgh 5-1.
dude. At this point, Pittsburgh is not making the playoffs. They might as well just give it to him.
So here's the real question for you, and I wish we had Murr on for this so I can ask him. What do you do if you're the goalie that he scores the record on?
I'm letting him score, honestly.
Well, that's not even that's not. What are you doing after the goal? Like obviously you can't get the puck because he's going to get the puck.
Hmm.
Do you go and ask Ovi for like a stick or something?
I would ask him for the
That's
stick. I would ask him for the stick. You
I
can
would.
get the puck. You scored on me. I let you score that goal. Give it to me.
So here's the. I don't think he would get this that particular stick. I think he'd get a stick that
Probably.
you know what I mean. But because
That
that
or I would
puck,
want a piece of the net. I would want a piece of the net.
yeah, for sure. Because that stick, that puck, is going to the Hall of Fame, 100%.
Hmm.
Dude, Ovi might not even get to keep the puck. It's gonna go right to draw.
No,
Um,
that's going straight to the Kremlin.
Putin's puck.
Dude, Putin's gonna have a staff with that stick and the puck on top of it.
Jeez, jeez. I could just see the next summit meeting. Trump walks in and Putin walks in with a CCM sticking a puck on top.
Just Ovechkin's jersey draped in a throne like a robe.
Just the red one too. Um,
Um,
no, but I think it's definitely. I think it's going to be against the Hurricanes
you
on
know what I want to
April
happen?
10th.
Let the NHL make this one rule. Bring Fleury back to the Penguins for one game against him and let OV score the goal against him.
Now that would be it'd be entertaining, and Fleury can retire as a Pen, so it'd
Yeah.
be fitting for both their stories.
Hmm.
Now here's a real question: Ov 5 goals away from the record. He has a Stanley Cup. He has every other award you could probably guess.
Probably not a Selkie.
No,
Definitely not a Selkie.
yeah, you're probably right. When do you think he's hanging him up?
Depends on how this playoff goes. If they just get if he doesn't beat the record and they get shithoused first round,
Well,
I think he
no,
comes back.
if he doesn't break the record, he's coming back. We
Yeah.
know that.
So
Which
if he breaks the
it's
record,
unlikely he doesn't.
if he breaks the record and they win the Stanley Cup, he's done.
I think so too.
I also think he's done either way.
No, I think he has. If he doesn't, if this playoffs go, I think if he really wanted to, he could play two or three more years. Will he play next year? I still think so. But if he wins the Stanley Cup and breaks the record, um, why not go out on top and
You
retire?
know what? Or you know what I could see them doing? Like if they like are on a good track to make the playoffs, they just pull a Vegas and just sideline them.
Oh, LTIR.
Yep.
I mean,
How many Hart trophies do you think he's won?
how many hearts?
Hmm.
I don't know. I'd give him four,
3.
three. Oh, that's pretty good.
2012, 2013, 2008, 2009, and 2007, 2008.
I mean, yeah. Did he win the Conn Smythe in 18?
Yep.
Or was he did? Okay,
Hmm.
there's that. Okay. So he has a Conn Smythe, he has his hearts, he has a Stanley Cup. He's gonna have his scoring record.
He only has 9 Rocket Richard trophies, and that surprises me.
Well, you also got to take into account who he's played the game with.
True.
I mean, what? How many
I
does
mean,
How
from
many does
2013
Crosby
to
have?
2020, he won it besides 2017. So I think that was
Yeah, but
who was that? 16, 17, probably Kucherov?
Kucherov. You're saying Kucherov? What year? What year are you talking about?
16, 17. Might
Oh,
not
it's
have been
Crosby.
Kucherov. Crosby.
Crosby. Come on, use
Okay.
your head here. Yeah, Ovi won it in '07, '08, '09. He split it in 10 with Stamkos. Uh 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19. He split it in 20 with Pasternak and hasn't won it since.
Yeah, because you got freaking Connor McDavid and
Yeah, it
McKinnon
goes
turning
no,
it up.
no okay, so in last 4 years, 2020 through 2024, who's won the record Richard? Only
21.
no, between 20 and 24, only two players have won the record Richard.
Oh, McDavid and Matthews? Yep.
Now, which one has more?
2020, 2024.
Yep.
I think
Who has more trophies?
I want to say Matthews. I want to say Matthews has 3.
Yeah, Matthews has three, and McDavid won in 22, 23.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard not to give it to Matthews last year when he had 69 goals.
Yeah. That's the most since what? Or it tied Lemieux.
Yeah, I want to say it did.
Mhm.
But
What's he at now? He's not anywhere near that, right?
I don't think so because he was out for a lot of the season.
Yeah.
Um,
Draisaitl's at 51.
Draisaitls at 51. I don't. I gotta pull up.
Ooh, William Nylander at 42. Tage Thompson sitting pretty tight for third at 38.
Let's see here. He has Matthews is 29 in 58 games.
Yeah.
I mean, off year for him. I mean, not a you can't put up 69 goals every year.
Yeah.
And he hasn't the last time he broke the 60 mark since 23-24 was 21-22 when he put up 60. Other than that, he's never broken the 50 mark.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Um, but I mean, you can't argue with that.
Yeah. Um, yeah, no, I think, do you think they rename the Rocket Richard Trophy if Ovechkin breaks the record?
No, I don't think so. The only reason I say that is because NHL is a very traditional league.
Yeah.
They'll keep, and I mean,
Do
Conn
you think
Smythe,
Putin makes a request to have it changed to the Alexander Ovechkin Award?
yes, will it happen? No.
Oh.
Because Conn Smythe and Clarence Campbell would roll over in their grave if a trophy is named after a Russian. I mean, a European. Heaven forbid a European plays in the league. Okay. I mean, Harold Ballard wouldn't sign an American with the Maple Leafs, and then the until they I want to say they drafted Poirier Salming, and he was the first like true non-Canadian to play for the Maple Leafs. Then it kind of opened the floodgates for
Hmm.
at least Toronto. But oh my god, you want to talk about bad fucking owner, Harold Ballard? Okay, this is a good rabbit hole we need to go down.
Was that
So,
when they started going downhill after their,
uh, yes,
yeah.
a lot of people blame Toronto's lack of success in the last 50, close to 60 years to Harold Ballard. Okay.
Hmm.
Um, let's see here. 1961, um, Conn Smythe sold most of his shares in Maple Leaf Garden to a consortium, and then Ballard then fronted the money for that consortium, and then eventually bought his way into the full shares. Right.
Hmm.
Um, let's see. So he started out pretty good with the team. I mean, they won the championship and they won Stanley Cup in 62, 63, 64, and 67. So
Hmm.
first couple of years, they did okay. And then let's see. To make more room for seats, Harold Ballard removed a large portrait of Queen Elizabeth II from the gardens. Um, and then when asked about it, Harold Ballard replied with, "She doesn't pay me; I pay her. Besides, what the hell position can a queen play?" Great line. That's not, but that has nothing to do with what actually happened in with this team. Okay.
Hmm.
Um. Let's see here. There's a real. I gotta find like the really fucked up shit. Okay. So give me a second. But the '80s Ballard. Here we go. Ah, these are also notable incidents and anecdotes during the Ballard time as a majority owner of the Toronto Maple Leafs and Maple Leaf Gardens. Okay.
Hmm.
And this is probably a full 8.5 by 11 page on Wikipedia of bullet points. As a guest on Barbara from CBC radio program As It Happened in March 1979, Ballard, speaking over the phone, implied that women are best in one position, on their backs.
Oh my
When
God.
From attempted to ask him questions, he told her to keep quiet and stop interrupting him, and eventually hung up.
When
The
was this?
next
60? Yeah, all right, that checks out.
79, no, this is 79.
79? All right, that checks out
The
still.
next night on our show, from read read a letter to Ballard forgiving him for his remarks and signed it your favorite broad, Broad, Casper.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's
Uh,
not, that's not even the worst thing on here.
Even
Uh,
in '79, that's still like what the fuck.
dude, it's not good. Uh, Also, Harold Ballard sold all their championship banners and jersey banners for so in 2000. I want to say, hold on, I have it here. It is yeah in 2000 All-Star game. The only reason I know this is because my dad has this thing of sticky notes from the All-Star game in 2000 in Toronto.
Hmm.
The NHL gifted them all new championship banners because Harold Ballard sold them. Again, not the worst thing he's done. Uh,
Is he related to Terry Bagula by chance?
dude, I just saw this one. This is a quote from Harold Ballard to Ottawa rival Earl McRae in the 1980s. If you can call a Chevrolet a Chevy, why can't you call a Japanese a Jap? That's still not the worst thing on here. I'm trying. Uh, Where's it? Oh, yeah. Pennants. Here it is. Pennants proclaiming National Hockey League championships, Stanley Cup victories, and other triumphs used to hang from the rafters at Maple Leaf Gardens, but they were taken down on the premise that they were obstructing some customers' views in 1969. Painters doing over the Garden television booth used, perhaps unknowingly, a dozen or more of these banners to catch paint drips. Uh, Commented a former Leafs captain, Cy Apps. And he's quoted saying, "I would think that the pennants could have been put to better use than that. We worked awfully hard to get them, and I'm rather shocked that they mean so little." So, like, I understand that.
Dude, if I ever walked in there and saw some paint on RJ's flag, I would be at Caligula's house tomorrow.
Oh, I know, but again, not the worst thing he's done. Um, where is it? Also, to be fair, he attempted to buy into the CFL with the Toronto Argonauts and the Hamilton Tiger Cats, and actually bought the Tiger Cats for a short period of time. He also then attempted to move another MLB team to Toronto prior to the Toronto Blue Jays. And then once Blue Jays were in Toronto, attempted to buy the Blue Jays.
How much fucking money did this dude have?
None. Okay. Also, you got to remember, this is like the 60s, 70s, and 80s.
That's still like hundreds of
I
thousands of
know. So
dollars.
no, I'm trying to find the part on the secret underage gay sex ring that they had under Maple Leaf Gardens.
Let's keep that for another time.
I I really want. I know it's in there. There's a really good video on YouTube by Urinating Tree. It is 40 minutes of the Leafs last 50 years.
Yeah, let's save that for another time.
Yeah, I think so. Might as well. Anyway, they had a whole like Wicked Witch is Dead type thing when he died finally. Uh, anyway,
On to the best hockey that one could watch and play. The Rubber Duckies are in the playoffs.
playoff hockey for the Duckies starting on Tuesday.
The
What?
first playoffs the Duckies are going to play in.
Oh, we played last year. We got
Get killed first
we
round.
got
That's like the
curbs.
wild card round.
Yeah, we got curb stomped in the first round, but we did play last year in the playoffs.
Eh. First, whatever. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, feels like the first playoffs if I'm being completely honest.
Feels like the first
So,
time.
and then Black Sheep are playing Palm Isle, which I was surprised that Black Sheep beat Flavortown.
Oh, okay, okay. I
Four
completely forgot about that round, but
4-3. Sean Cross, all 4 goals.
that checks out. Great guy, funny guy, but
He
checks
is.
out.
Yeah. And then it was 3-2 the entire first and second period, and the third. Cross puts in a goal with 15-18, and they score 2 goals right after that to make it 4-3.
Ooh, well, good for them. Good for them. So they Black Sheep will take on Palm Isle on when's the 31st?
Monday,
That is
tomorrow.
tomorrow. They take on Palm Isle tomorrow, so we'll know before our game who the championship will hold. So,
Wait, hang on. Oh, never mind.
the Rubber
If
Duckies will be taking on Fighting Bananas on Tuesday at 9 o'clock at Leisure Rinks. Um, it's a big game. I want to say
mm-hmm,
the season series is split between us and the Bananas,
mm-hmm.
1-1. Um, as soon as I pull it up here. Yeah, Bananas took. We lost to the Bananas 8-4. However, I want to say we had
We beat
about
them 8-4.
seven. I know we beat them 8-4, but we also had like seven guys on the bench for that first game.
Yep.
Because um, let's see some important stats here. Duckies are averaging about 4.7 goals per game. Fighting Bananas are averaging about 5.3. Goals against Duckies about 5.5. Fighting Bananas just a little under 5. Penalty minutes per game. Duckies have a little bit of an edge here. Fighting Bananas are just a little shy of 3 minutes per game. The Duckies are a little bit over 2 minutes per game. So good
I'll
look
take those.
there.
I'll take that.
And we are about even on power play goals per game. But again, as we've been saying all year, this has been a weird year, lack of penalties.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm fine with that. I like that the refs are letting us play, but
Sometimes.
sometimes, yeah.
So
Uh,
going into the playoffs, Carl Wozniak III is leading the team in points with 37. He actually is tied with Kyle Flynn.
Whatever. I don't know why he didn't come on. I sent him a text saying we were doing this.
In
So.
second place is David Held with 32.
Even Hill.
Zach Mecca in fourth or third with 29. Curtis Berry in fourth, and me at fifth.
Nice.
I lead all defensemen in points. Just saying, and goals, and assists. Or no, Jameis leads me in assists.
Yes, but this is a team game.
Very true.
But,
Actually, me. Yeah, no. Jameis and Flynn are tied. Anyway,
all right,
um, what are
all right.
your keys to this game going into it?
Keys to the game is just like the last couple of games that we've played. We got to keep it simple. Keep the puck
Hmm
to the outside, get shots on, and don't give Carl the puck. Um,
I
like
think what's
no,
what's also been helping is I think the forwards are not leaving the zone
as
early,
quick. Yeah.
as early
Because
as they've been.
if you watch back to our games, especially from last year, um, all the guys are at the red line. Like we'll go
Hmm
back to retrieve a puck, and we're battling in the corner. The wingers are outside the blue line. The center is at the top of the circle. Um,
hmm
we're getting more support from our centers, which is great.
Mecca has stepped up big
Oh,
on
Mecca has been a
defense.
godsend down low, helping us out.
Hmm
But the real thing is just user speed. We're one of the faster teams in the league, or at least in this division.
hmm
Use the speed and just keep it simple. That's what, like any hockey game, you just got to get the shots on and keep it simple. Okay, once you start getting in your head and start doing all these fancy stuff, yeah, it looks good and it gives me something to put on the highlight reel. But I mean, once this new one comes out, you see a lot of them are shots and tips and backdoor passes.
hmm
I mean, do we have a couple of good flashy ones? Yeah, but all those flashy ones came in games that we've lost.
Or we're up three
Or
plus
yeah,
goals.
but that's also the other thing. If we go up early, we can't stop.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happened against Flavortown. That's what happened against I want to say it happened against Black Sheep once.
Bananas. It was tied 4-4 the
Yeah,
entire
it
game,
happened
and then they
against yeah,
scored
it was
four
Banana.
goals.
But again, we had seven guys. At
Yeah.
least when we did this with Flavortown, we had close to a full roster.
hmm
Um, but
I am
I
so
mean,
glad Flavortown lost. Fuck them.
so you remember the guy that's a real prick on Flavortown?
The guy who had Carl fought?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
12.
Anyway, yes. No, six. Sorry.
It 18. No, it's 18.
It's 18. That's it. So you remember when I
Adam.
laid that dude out in the first game of the season?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 18. Because as I was making this highlight reel, obviously I put it in there because it's one of the
hmm
biggest legal hits that we've had all year. Probably the only legal hit we've had all year.
Which you didn't mean to do.
Oh no, I did not see him at all. He was just in the
Head
wrong
down.
place at the wrong.
Yeah.
I had my
Head
head
down.
down. I
Yeah.
had my head down. Seamus threw me a suicide pass, and I just so happened to put my shoulder into this dude's chest and blow him up. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. Speaking of which, if I can find it, which I'm pretty sure I know,
Ooh,
um,
okay. Hang on.
I don't like where you're going with this.
Let me do keep talking. Let me do some
What,
calculations real
what,
quick,
what
and
do you want me
I'll
to talk? Calculations? What is this? Fucking high school math? Which
which Rubber Duckies defenseman is on the longest point streak right now?
Aiden Hansen?
Aiden Hansen, 6 game point streak.
I was like, you're really gonna throw me that and not expect me to choose Aiden off the bat? Oh my God, it was October 22nd? No, it wasn't the 22nd. It was October 18th. That's where it was. Yay, there we go. That's not it. This one's it. Um,
Aiden Hansen, 3 game goal streak too.
I know. It's great, isn't it? So if we look here, let me just do this real quick, and we'll do a little coach's corner. How about that?
Okay.
Can you see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So let's take a look. This is now, kids. Let's make sure my telestrator is working first. Uh, yes, I did re-download Zoom it just so I can use this. I mean that. Yeah, okay, there we go. All right, so media player, you got my screen.
Yep.
All right, so here's me in my casual red helmet. I want to say, oh no, you know what? It is six
Yep.
right here.
Because
So
six
this
was
is
a
six.
defenseman.
Yeah. So as you can see, oh my God, sorry, my bad. So as you can right here, you can see Seamus with his head up, looking right out at me, ready to throw me a wonderful suicide pass. Now, children, one thing you don't do is attempt to get your teammates killed. Okay. Um, when you attempt to get your teammates killed, 9 out of 10 times they get killed. Um, and then guess who's in trouble for that? Whoever threw the pass. Now, if you're going to be a good hockey player like I am, really nothing on that.
Yeah. Who's I am?
Me. We're talking about me.
See a new Japanese prospect?
No, you're thinking of Taro Tsumoto that we
Oh,
just
you're right.
signed off the Sabres roster. Um, yeah, he's like 54, but he's going to be great for us.
Let's
Anyway,
go.
if we let this play out, you can see this throws me a nice. Not only is it a suicide pass, but is completely behind me. I have to turn my entire body while I have a defenseman pinching up on me. Number one, why is he pinching? Because you have two guys over here. I know you can't really see them off screen because I did a bad job of recording this at the time.
I could see Curtis
You can
right in the
see
middle of you
Curtis, but
guys.
there's another. I can't tell who that is, but it's another one of our forwards behind him. You're
I think
leaving
that might
this
be one of their guys.
one, two,
And
three,
at center ice?
four. No, like right here. So there's these are black socks there, right there behind Curtis's head. Oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
right there. And then those look like blue socks right there. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say that's one, two, three, four. Then five's right there. And then
That'd
we
be the
got
ref.
one, two, three. No, the ref's down here.
Mm. Oh,
Uh,
you're right.
anyway, so not only is he pinching at a very bad moment here, because you're leaving. All I have to do if I have my head up and I know he's coming, which I don't. Number one, all I gotta do is chip this puck out as he slides up. Curtis swoops in, grabs his puck, and we got an easy 2-on-1 going the other way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easy 2-on-1. Now, what I do because this is such a bad pass, completely behind me, me not looking, not ready for this puck. I have to collect it because there's nothing more I can do here. And as you can see, I still don't know he's there. My head is completely down, trying to play this puck that Seamus just threw at me for absolutely zero reason. Um, Now here's his problem. All his weight's on his heels. You want to stay nice and even on your feet. And I get it, it's a non-checking league, but still, you want to try to push your weight in here and try to push me off that puck and not just completely lay up on that pressure, okay?
Mm.
Because and watch the hit, I fucking put a pounding on this dude. So if we back it up just a little bit, back it up 10 seconds and watch it at full speed. So as we watch you come in and then just straight down. And I,
Chips it
yeah,
by
right.
him. Three on
Yeah,
two. Three on
chips
two
it
back
by
either
him.
way.
And then look at that. Exactly what I said. That looks like it.
That's Joey Cioni.
Oh, that is Joey. Look, you got Joey and Curtis going on 2-on-1. Me for
Wait, do
support
we have
right
three
back this way.
defensemen on the ice right now? Is that Aiden in the back?
Jameis was probably playing up at this point in his career. It's when he
Oh
still. This
yeah.
is when he still had like some talent.
Playing up but back.
But when he plays back, he plays up.
Yep.
Does that make
The
sense to you?
best defensive forward on the planet and the best offensive defenseman.
Yeah. Anyway, but so that's the thing. Number one, I thought knocked his helmet off at the end. Number one. So kids, if you learned anything from this segment of Coach's Corner, don't throw a suicide pass. If you're throwing a pass, keep your head up so you know who you're passing to. If you're receiving a pass, keep your head up and know what's going on behind you. If you're trying to throw a hit, don't be like this Joker right here, okay? Keep these knees bent, keep your feet shoulder width apart, drive through the puck and body to take that puck and send it back down. Because if he drives through me here, that puck's going back into the corner easily. Now, I'll say that right here. Now, if you're collecting this puck, again, make sure you keep your knees bent, feet shoulder width apart. I'd pick your head up if I were you. And then make sure you put that shoulder right into his chest. And you know what the best thing about this hit is? Watch my post-hit arm extension.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because that's just now, you're not really supposed to do that when you hit, but let's be honest, that's kind of just a natural reaction to push back against them.
So,
but that's Coach's Corner for you guys. We'll send it back to everyone else here.
So, with the Rubber Duckies, when they beat Fighting Bananas, the championship is a best 2 out of 3 series. So, if we have to play Palm Isle, we'll play them at least twice.
I see it going 3 games. I mean, we know Palm better than probably any team in this division.
And we have been playing better defense as of late. So I think that knowing how they play.
Yeah. And knowing the trouble spots on that team, you know who to stay on, who to cover.
Cover the back door because they live on the back door.
They always do. Tie up the bodies, tie up the sticks. That's all. And then again, just play a simple game. Move the puck, chip it off the glass, and get shots on. I mean, that started Flynn's big trek of multi-goal games. Was what do you have, a trick with the game winner against Palm, or do you have 4 in the game winner against Palm?
I think he had 4.
I think he had 4 too. But that started his big multi-goal streak. So.
All right, and can you see the Cinderella upset of Black Sheep beating Palm Isle?
I can. I mean, if Black Sheep shows up and plays the way we know they can play, and everyone can have a bad day here and there.
AKA 91 and 20 play the way they play.
Yeah, as long as they show up and play the way we know they can play, they can. I think they can.
Yeah, Cross has 45 goals.
Well, let's see here for a second. Let's pull this back up. Let's go to Black Sheep, and see their past games. Let's see here. They lost 3-1 to Palm early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
They lost 8-0 to Palm about middle of the season. And they lost 7-3 to Palm middle of the season. So either A, they're going to get curb stomped, or B, it's a good day to have a day. And they may beat us 9 out of 10 times, but not tonight. Not here. Not tonight.
If their goalie has a game, it could go either way, honestly. And also depends. Do you think? I mean, they're going to, but also depends on if Palm Isle has their 20-man roster like they usually do.
Yeah, I mean, we beat them kind of on a bad day. Let's be honest.
I came late to the game. I was on the bench. I was coaching that game.
Yeah, you never played. You didn't even play that game. Nope. Which also, may I add, that was the only game we've played against Palm where we didn't have anything start. So just you and Carl were both absent that game. So just saying.
Carl was absent that game. I don't get involved. I try not to get involved with Palm Isle just because they're assholes. I end up getting involved because they're assholes, but I don't go out looking for anything.
Well, on that terrible disappointment, I guess it's time to end. Make sure to stay tuned on our Instagram at Rubber Duckies Hockey and our Twitter at Rubber Duckies HQ to get all your updates on this week's games, including Black Sheep and Palm Isle. I will have some updates tomorrow for that. And the Duckies game again Tuesday, 9 o'clock.
Do you think we do a
at Leisure Ranks.
live watch of the game?
Potential. We could. We'll think
Actually, I
about
work
that.
tomorrow, so I don't know if I could.
On that terrible disappointment, I guess it's time to end. Thank you all for listening. We'll catch you back next time. For all of us here, and Seamus, who sadly could not be here again today. This is Kyle O'Brien. I'm Peter Pump. Thank you for listening to Duck Hunt, and we will see you all next time.